Support Story. Chapter 7. After all the physical examinations done to Ochako, Class -1A can finally visit and talk to her. All Might came in to see his student. Izuku went outside and made phone calls to Aizawa sensei, Ryaku, Ochako's parents, and of course, her childhood friend Liam Anderson, who left to US few weeks ago. After he had done all the calls, Izuku smiled, wiped his tears, and returned to Ochako's room. When he came in, someone yelled hysterically inside the room. WHAAAATTTT. 2 months. Ochako panicked upon hearing the news when she learned about her diagnosis and the months that she had slept. When Uraraka was shaken, Mina quickly sprung into action to confront her friend by putting her hands on her shoulders. Suyu also walked closer to give her best friend a side hug. Ochako, calm down. Everybody is going to be fine. You don't need to worry about school, your internship, and your family. Aizawa sensei, Ryaku-san, present Mike and your parents are on their way here to see you, right, Midoriya? Izuku nodded happily as he shut the door behind him. He walked towards Ochako to give her a smile. Uraraka felt a little relief, but there's one thing that has been missing. Where's Takumi-kun? Ochako asked in a curious tone as she gazed up to her classmates the whereabouts of her childhood friend. Nobody responded her as they didn't know who Takumi is. Takumi is Liam, right? Suyu asked. Ochako nodded and Mineta spoke up in a funny tone. Liam left to US few weeks ago. Thank God, now I became the only handsome of Class 1A again. Mineta replied jokingly with a cross-armed and a shiny glow behind his back. The students remained there silent when nobody laughed at Mineta's joke. Nice going, idiot. Jiro muttered as Ochako didn't say anything. She gave a wry smile, but her sad eyes tells all Izuku gazed at her with worry look on his face. He understood why she acted that way because Liam didn't say goodbye to her again. I've talked to Liam in the phone, Uraraka-san. He was glad that you're awake. Don't worry, as soon as he finished his task, he will come back to see you again. Izuku replied calmly and reassured her that her childhood friend won't forget her. Uraraka looked up to Izuku and smiled. Thank you for telling me this, Deku-kun. Oi, dimwits. Are you guys officially dating? Bakugo asked. Upon hearing a word, dating, both of their heads turned red. WHAAAT. We're not dating. Oh really, Midoriya? Midoriya. Mina replied and then she glanced back to Ochako. We saw him whispering in your ear while holding your hand. He said that he'll be waiting for you because he really missed you. He likes you, Ochako. Izuku turned redder as he covered his head with both arms. I'm so happy for the two of you if you guys became a couple. Hey, Bakugo. I never knew you're a third wheel. WHAAATTTT you wanna a piece of me, Baka. Bakugo yelled at Kaminari showing his fist. As Tenya warned Bakugo not to fight inside the room with both arms moving nervously and furiously like a robot, the class started to laugh as their tease and cheer erupted throughout the room. Izuku felt embarrassed but Ochako smiled silently at her classmates' reactions. She's happy to see their happy faces again. After all the laughs, cries and talks inside Ochako's room, Izuku can't help but laugh, with tears flowing down from his eyes. He was so glad to see her smiling and laughing again. He really missed all her talks and laughs until he realized that he need to tell her again about his feelings. Just like what All Might said, he will tell her when the right time comes. After an hour later, Aizawa, Ryaku, Present Mike and the top 3 senior students of UA came to visit. Hours after Class 1A and others left the room, Ochako's parents came. Ochako also felt embarrassed when her father cried like a little kid and hugged her and Izuku together. He even shook Izuku's hand several times, how grateful to have him stayed with her by her side. Promoted stories. You'll also like. After all. Omfluke 11.4K 802. Will edit once I'm free. N. This is a work of fiction, and any similarity with other works is purely coincidental. Excuse grammatical errors and misspellings, Eng. Not all heroes wear capes. Some just have 8.43.1K 1.4 kilo. Everybody. This is a suicidal, depressed Deku book with Dadmic. Will their bond grow? Will Mike fuck up? Will Izuku try to kill himself? Find out yourself. Number 1 Radio. Return of Mokuten discontinued 3.5K 45. This story is officially up for adoption. If anyone is interested, message me or comment on the story. Hurt cuz I love you to death Izuocha. Ha. Point 8.9K 141 Class 1A is now Class 2A and is working to be better heroes due to events that had happened before. Deku has gotten strong feelings toward Uraraka during the summer as much needed love Yandere Succubus Momo x Izu, 52.2K826 after Wattpad had decided to delete this story out of nowhere. I and many reader were distraught. So I'm making a remake of the story from the ground up to compensate. Feelings. Izawa. X-Reader 57.3K 1.3K RE posting. This until I edit it, sorry if it's not good, it's my first time writing a story. You enroll at UA and you have multiple quirks you are really good at using, why? Izuku's Harem Academia 191K 1.8 Cust. Read. Few weeks later, Ochako had been going through therapy. Doctors and nurses, including recovery girl, of Hosu Hospital helped her train her to walk and to regain her strength so she could return to school. She tried to walk through the corridors of the small building, following the directions previously given to her as she dodged a few passers-by and observed the movement of doctors and nurses coming and going inside the rooms, tending to people. Deku also came to help her walk in the corridors away from the passers-by and led her towards the therapy session room. Few hours later, Iida and Suyu came to visit her and brought along her textbooks and notebooks for tutoring in order to get her caught up on the school work she had missed over the past months. Ochako felt tired and weak, but seeing her friends chatting happily about lectures and stuff, she realized that she needed motivation to go back to school. She really missed UA. After the doctors finally allowed her to discharge, Ochako had returned to the school with the rest of the class and resumed her studies like normal. The entire class celebrated her return as Sato presented his large dedication cake surrounded with rainbow mochis. Aizawa and All Might are also present in the party as well as the rest of Class 1B and the top 3 senior students. Nijire came closer to give her a biggest hug, followed by Eri presented her delicious crepes with ice creams and apple candies. The sight alone was enough to move Ochako in tears. Her friends really cared about her this much. Wiping her tears away, she made her way over to her friends as they finally began celebrating their friend's return. Later that night, Liam called on her cell phone as they began to chat everything about school and internship. Liam told her that he and Izuku became a tag team in heroics class and also, he tried work study under Ryaku agency for 5 days. Ryaku-sama is super strict that she wants me to go out patrolling whole city of Hosu. It's so infuriating, Liam said. Uraraka chuckled and said, well, that's your job as a hero, Takumi-kun. You know, because of the accident your parents were thinking of pulling you out of UA. Liam explained. What? I'm not agree with this. I'm gonna tell them that I'm still studying here. UA is like my second home. Ochako yelled out. I know, but when your parents met the family of these 2 kids that you've rescued, they were incredibly grateful that you saved their lives. The kids gave them their drawings of you and Midoriya as thanks. You're so brave and selfless. I'm so happy for you, Ochako-chan. You're doing what a hero does, putting their life on the line to save those in need. Thank you, Takumi-kun, Ochako replied with slightly embarrassed. Say. Ochako-chan, did you remember what you've told me when we're kids? What did I said? Ochako asked while scratching her cheek. Even if you're quirkless, you can still be a hero and show your smile to tell them that you are here. Liam said. I realized that before I decided to change my course. Even though an ordinary citizen like me, I can still be a hero. Why? No. I'm so proud to hear from you, Takumi-kun. Ochako-chan, I've really missed you. Because of the accident, our dinner date has been cancelled. Yeah, I'm sorry. Don't apologize. When I've heard about your accident, I panicked and rushed to your side, but then, your classmate named Deku was by your side the entire time. He was really worried sick about you. Can't believe to see a guy crying like a baby because of you. He did. Ochako asked, a faint blush starting to form on her face. Yeah, your parents told me that he filed a week of excuse just to stay by your side. He's a good kid. He even said something good things about you. How you changed his name in a positive way and how your smile brightens his day. He said he made mistakes but he won't give up on you. He also said to my face that he won't let me have you because he liked you, Ochako-chan. Is this true? Ochako thought. She never thought that Izuku, the one she admired, was the one who cared and loved her most. Before she could finish her train of thoughts, Liam laughed and continued their conversation. If you didn't believe me, why don't you ask him? Midoriya is a real keeper. If he breaks your heart, let me know, okay? I'm always here for you. Thanks, Takumi-kun. Ochako replied with a smile. We saw him whispering in your ear while holding your hand. He said that he'll be waiting for you because he really missed you. He likes you, Ochako. He filed a week of excuse just to stay by your side. He's a good kid. Can't believe to see a guy crying like a baby because of you. He said that he made a mistake but he won't give up on you. He liked you, Ochako-chan. These are the words popped inside her head after hearing these words from her classmates, her parents and her best friend. She can't sleep because of all the things they said about him liking her. He deserves happiness from other girls than me. Stop. I don't know what should I do. Uraraka yelled out inside her room. Thinking about him became so stressful as she decides to go outside, on the roof for stargazing. It was a best place for her to clear out her mind. She opened the balcony window and activated her quirk to float herself towards the rooftop. She sat down and looked up at the starry night sky as thoughts swarmed her head. Why did he do that? Uraraka started to calm herself while embracing her knees towards her chest. The whole deal was frustrating to say the least, and no matter how hard she tried, it just would not go away. She knew that Izuku has been so focused on becoming the best hero he can be that he hasn't even taken anything remotely like this to mind, and she didn't want to distract him from his goals, but she didn't want her feelings just ignored. Uraraka-san, a male voice spoke out as she turned around to see a plain-looking, green-haired boy walk towards her holding with a tray of two mugs. He wore a green hoodie jacket, white shirt and jersey black shorts. Probably he just came out from training. Deku-kun, what are you doing here? Ochako asked as Izuku sat next to her, placing a tray next to his seat. I know that you'll be here, so I came here to deliver your favorite lavender milk tea, he replied while giving her a mug. Ochako sniffed the aroma and took a small sip. Oishi. Thank you, Deku-kun, she said while sipping her warm lavender milk tea. It really helps her to refresh and calm her mind. Izuku also smiled back as he sipped also a cup of tea while staring happily at her.
Why are you following me? What? Tells you not to be that.
Her. Both of them sat in silence as they drank their tea while gazing up the starry night sky. The moon is so beautiful tonight, Deku said as he continued gazing up in the sky. Ochako noticed his green eyes shines brightly as he stared at the moonlight. She found herself staring at his face and wondering how to ask him about what had happened to her that day. Deku-kun. I like to know. What Takumi-kun told you when I was asleep. Ochako asked as she placed her mug next to her seat. A lot of things, he responded nervously as his voice became to tilt, which calms Ochako slightly, since she's also kinda, sorts, extremely nervous. She didn't know what to say and how to ask him again. She wanted to know if Liam told her the truth. She gulps back the anxious lump in the back of her throat and opens her mouth to speak. Such as, Izuku also forces to clear his throat and tries his best to answer her calmly. He told me about why you guys are neighbors when you're kids. He said to me that you guys made a pinky promise to become best friends forever. He also said that you helped him when he was bullied, taught him to communicate in Japanese and encouraged him to become a hero even without a quirk. He liked you, Uraraka-san, but He said that you liked as someone else. Uraraka was flinched and then she asked again with wide eyes. Did I said who? Izuku told a deep breath as he relaxed considerably. Yes, me. Ochako left speechless as Izuku turned his head to face her. When was the time she told Liam that she liked him? Deku-kun, I'm sorry, I shouldn't. It's okay. Uraraka-san, I'm happy to hear that from him. Ochako was confused and stunned by what Izuku said to her. She tried to ask him again with a blush on her cheeks. May I ask? What did you told him? I told him that I really liked her. I liked her more than a friend. He responded, staring at the red-faced girl next to her while her jaw drops, her pink cheeks turns redder, and her eyes go impossibly wider. This must be Takumi-kun's one of his pranks. What should I do? What I'm going to say? Can I tell him how I feel for him right now? She thought, having turned her bright red face downwards. While waiting for her response, his smile turns into frown. I'm sorry, I should have asked your feelings first before saying silly things like that to Liam. I know that Liam is so precious to you, so it's okay if you don't have feelings for me. I just want you to let you know about my feelings for you. I thought you had a right to know, and I still want to be friends if you'll let me. Deku-kun. Izuku rose his head and saw Ochako was crying in front of him. Panic, he moved both hands as he tried confront her. He wished that he was brave enough to hug her as he tried restrained himself, not knowing her feelings for him. Uraraka-san, you're crying. Oh geez, what I have done. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said anything. I'm sorry if I made you feel uncomfortable. We can just forget this ever happened and. It's okay, Deku-kun, she replied, wiping her tears in her eyes. The truth is, I'm about to give up on you because I don't want to be a distraction. Izuku tilts his head, still not understand what Shave said. He was thinking if this a sign of rejection. He let her words sink in, an uncomfortable feeling forming in his chest. You think of me as a distraction. Her eyes go wide again and she starts waving her hands around urgently. No, no, of course not. It's just. She took a deep sigh and continued her explanation. I just mean, you have all these big plans and you're going to do great things. You're becoming amazing person, but dating and feelings, that could get in the way of it all. I wouldn't want you to lose focus on all your amazing goals. That's why I've already resigned and consoled myself, but hearing your words coming from your heart, all I can say is that I really like you too, Deku-kun. Izuku's eyes widened as he stared at his best friend. Ochako gently holds his hands with a shy smile on her face. I liked you from the day when we met during our entrance exam. Do you still remember what you told me about who motivates you? Yes, I never have a guts to tell. It was you, Deku-kun. Every day, I saw all your pain and hard work. How you train, how much you study, and how you deal with people around you. You've gotten so well, so strong, and so amazing. You're always kind and caring, always there to help people in need. You're a little nerdy, but it's part of what makes you funny and unique. That makes you who you really are. This is why I called you, Deku. Izuku just sat completely frozen, absorbing all the words coming his beloved. They remained silent as Ochako seemingly needing to process the sudden mutual confession and Izuku just wishing he would say something for her. It took a soft sniffle to bring Ochako's eyes up from the ground, and she found that the boy had tears dripping from his eyes. Shocked, she could only sputter out a baffled, Deku-kun. Izuku quickly wiped at his cheeks and eyes, huffing out a few laughs. I'm sorry, I thought you still like Liam and. I've been keeping these feelings contained for so long and I never felt better. I've never been so happier. Izuku said as he launched himself to Ochako and wrapped his arms around her. You know what? I like Deku. It could make a great hero name, plus I think it sounds kinda cute. It's better to team up with people you like. I liked you from the day when we met during our entrance exam. Izuku couldn't hold on much longer as he cried in front of his beloved as he remembered all the things she'd said. As he clutched her tighter, Ochako could only return the hug, reeling from the onslaught of praise and feeling the familiar sting of tears coming to her own eyes. As if she had the same thoughts either. She couldn't expect that the plain-looking, shy guy gathered up the courage to tell Liam about his feelings and to confess to her. He could only spit it out because he knew she felt the same. He pulled away from a hug and wiped again his cheeks and eyes. Can I say something? Izuku asked. What is it, Deku-kun? I really like you, Uraraka-san, but I can't promise you to make you happy. Izuku said honesty with a sad tone. Uraraka grinned and replied, It's alright, Deku-kun. We're a team, right? But promise me to stay by my side always. I can promise that, he grins right back at her, though he's sure his looks wobbly and probably a little manic compared to hers. Now what? He'd spent so much time trying to make sure the confession went well, he never stopped to think about what to do next. He scrambles for a moment to find something to fill the awkward silence, but before he can, Uraraka leans forward and plants a short, quick peck on his cheek, and in that moment he's sure his heart's about to give out. He raises his hand halfway to his face before he decides he doesn't want to risk losing the feeling of her lips. He looks up and sees her face looking impossibly red and like she's shocked at her own actions before she turns around and rushes out. Can we stay here longer? Sure, he replied as they continued to watch the starry night sky. They both held hands, fingers interlocked still around each other. Ochako felt her heart rumbling loudly in her chest, but despite that a smile persisted on her face, which eventually led to Izuku mirroring it with one of his own. I didn't know you loved me so much. Izuku glanced back at her with slightly blush on his face. But I did try to send you, I love you, messages several times. Oh really? Yeah, really. Hey, Deku-kun. Please take good care of me from now on, I love you. Uraraka said as she reached over and pulled him into a hug. Izuku laughed with eyes filled with such adoration that it nearly took her breath away. He returned her embrace and replied gently, Uraraka-san, please take good care of me also. I love you, too. Izuku gave her a sweet forehead kiss. Unthinking, he reached out a hand to touch her cute rosy cheeks, pulling himself closer to see her face clearly. Under a moonlit sky, filled to the brim with stars, they shared their first kiss. Kiss. End. Where stories live. Discover now.
What the fuck did you just call me? That's okay, I see you. Well, Mom, they're saying Keith Furman and his wife broke up. Look, they're saying it right now. No, no. What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck did you do? I didn't tell him shit. Now leave me alone. I'm trying to take your shit so you can eat it for a snack. Shut up. Let me see the spots behind your ears. No, it's probably. No. No, these are spots that either skin or your skin. Move your ass. Don't kick me. Kick me again in the ass. No, it was either that or he was gonna be. One for good measure. No, it was either gonna be kicking his ass or he's gonna go play dominoes. No, go kick him in the ass. Well, that's it. It was gonna. So Momo will get him. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's either that or he was gonna. You already did kick my ass. Well, do it again for good measure. Maybe the fuck out of the face. Stop! Get him, Momo, get him! Stop! Stop! Oh, shit! You did not need to do that, Zach.